Yeah, happy Monday. Monday. You can trust that day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's some people don't like Mondays, but I've said it before, and I will say it again and probably again. I love Mondays because I get to talk to some great people and share some great things that are happening in our community here. So happy Monday. Don't be afraid to say hello in the comments, and I will respond to them as soon as I can. Just a heads up, today's show is previously recorded, so we're recorded live. That's how it goes, recorded live. I'm on a vacation right now, but I never like to miss a week, so I put all these together for you. And this is one of the regular ones that we have. Dave Brown from United Way Sarnia-Lambton is going to talk to us here in just a little bit, but I'm going to jump right in. Pardon me. Hughes Intelligence, Barry and his group down there, thank you so much for their support, not just here of the show, but they do a lot of give back into the Lambton County community. So thank you, Barry Bentley, for that. Huron Signs, SWO, a part of AG Event Group of companies, supporting us for over 10 and a half years here on the show with David Burrows. So thank you, Guy, and your team for that. Joe's Discount Tire, make sure you got the right tires on the vehicle. Go see them. Tell them I sent you. They're just down at the bottom of the overpass here in Sarnia at Indian Road. And 2-4 Taxi, a new supporter here. Thank you so much to Shay and her great transporters, I guess, taxi drivers, transporters. Leave the transportation to 2-4 Taxi. And Tourism Sarnia-Lambton, always been a great partner, but coming on board even more so now to give their support. Thanks to Mark Perrin and his team down at Tourism Sarnia-Lambton. Petrolia Discovery's got Artist Day happening on Saturday, September the 24th. A walkthrough, art show, and sale featuring lots of jewelry and wood and photography. It's an Artist Day, right? Now, if you want to participate in this, there's Barbara at Petrolia Discovery. There's her email on the poster there, and you can reach out. They're going to have some soft serve ice cream from Dip Soft Serve. The Black Gold Brewery Company is going to be there, and a whole lot more. They're going to have self-guided tours. You can learn a lot about Petrolia at the Petrolia Discovery. So that, again, happening on Saturday, September the 24th. And I've been talking about this one for weeks. Tickets almost gone, but there's a few left. Coming to the Corunna Legion, the Toby Keith tribute. That picture is not Toby Keith. That is the gentleman who does the tribute. So, wow, what an amazing... That just totally looks like Toby Keith, right? Find out more on their Facebook page, Royal Canadian Legion, Leslie Sutherland Branch 447. And, of course, there's a number on the screen you can call. Tickets are only $30. And if you're a Toby Keith fan, I've not heard him, but I've heard from some that have, and they're like, wow, it's Toby Keith up on that stage. So don't miss out. Lots happening there. All right, going to dive right in this week. The monthly update from our friend Dave Brown of United Way of Sarnia-Lambton. Take a look. And it's that time where we have our friend Dave Brown, Executive Director for United Way of Sarnia-Lambton, joining us. Dave, always a pleasure to have you here.
The pleasure's all mine, David. I love being on the show and talking to you and your viewers.
Yeah, well, you've had a busy summer. Lots been going on. I mean, with the United Way and some changes happening and new things happening. So let's jump in recently. Well, let's go a few weeks ago, right? You know, you had the black and white game with the Sarnia Sting.
We did very well at the black and white game with the Sarnia Sting. And certainly the Sarnia Sting have been great partners of the United Way and other groups, and so have their fans. We raised almost $4,000 from that black and white game, which is new money from last year. So we're really excited that's really the unofficial United Way campaign kickoff. And it helped us get off to a good start.
Yeah, that's great. And I heard it was a good game as well, as far as exhibition games go.
It was good, but generally they are pretty competitive. It's the last opportunity that a lot of the staying hopefuls for this year have to impress the coaching staff to determine whether or not they make the team or not.
Yeah, right. Well, that's all starting to come out now, and we'll keep an eye on that. So, and then recently you had the car show, the Enbridge car show.
And special thanks to Enbridge and all the employees and their families who all came out and made the day a very successful day. They're still counting up the proceeds, but we know it was very successful, ran very smoothly. And that's one of those things that we brought back, or Enbridge has brought back after a 2-year absence. So it was great to see a lot of old friends back, and the weather was good for the most part.
Yeah. Well, and One thing I noticed about United Way of Sarnia-Lambton, like a lot of organizations have like a signature event of the
Right.
year. You don't really have a signature event. You've got several signature events, wouldn't you say?
Well, that's true. I mean, there was a time where we were trying to market the local Lambton dinner, which we traditionally held in November as our signature event. But there's a lot of things that are out of our control on that. So and you can imagine there's a lot of resources to kind of pull that off. Now,
Yeah.
We make $10,000 to $12,000 on that, but we're trying to forward most of the hosting of these events to industry or to other businesses. We did the Global Donuts Day back in April with Global Donuts. We did the Pembina Golf Tournament just a couple of weeks ago as well. Very successful, sold out. Everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
Cambridge Car Show, and even internally, the Imperial Campaign Kickoff Barbecue was a return from the glory days, and a great turnout. Lots of events, dunk tanks, you name it.
Oh yeah, did you get in a dunk tank?
No, I did not, thank goodness. But I know several people did, and you can imagine generated a lot of fun. I understand though that performance appraisals were already done prior to the dunk tank, so that might have generated some extra money as well.
That's awesome. It's nice to see these events happening again and things kind of coming back to some sort of normalcy, I guess, if we could use that word to describe that. But
Right.
That's good. And we always like to put out there, folks, the United Way of Sarnia-Lambton, all the dollars that are raised stay right here in Lambton County. And that's important to the United Way.
It sure is. We're all about local. And I think our community is all about local. We want to support local farmers and local businesses. And we want to donate locally too. We want to know that we're helping our neighbors or our family or whoever needs help right here in our land. But we've got 15 volunteers on our board of directors, and they're the ones that set policy. They're the ones that decide where the money goes and how much money is going where and what are the outcome measures and key performance indicators. All what's best for our community right here. It's not a group of people in Toronto or Ottawa or elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's right here, Sarnia-Lambton residents.
They're connected to what is happening here in the area. They're a part of a lot, and they're probably involved in many different ways in the community as well, outside of the United Way of Sarnia-Lambton. So that's certainly a key component. You've got something coming up tomorrow. The Day of Caring is getting underway, and I know that speaking of signature events, that's something that I know is important to United Way, and the volunteers really enjoy this event.
It's like you could read my mind, Dave, when I was thinking about signature event. It really is the Day of Caring, which we use as our official campaign kickoff, which we're excited. Scale back a little bit from other years. Traditionally, we've had between 200 and 250 volunteers. This year, we're going with about 150. So scale back a little bit, but we're doing a lot of great work in the community for individual homeowners who may be house poor, or maybe they're seniors or disabled in some way. They need some light maintenance done or gutters cleaned, you name it. But we're also doing some work with some of the agencies.
Yeah, right. And that's, this is important, not just because of the maintenance that maybe some folks aren't able to do. Maybe they don't have family around. But there's a real big social piece to this as well.
Well, that's right. A lot of folks look forward to having volunteers come to their house and give them a hand once a year. They can't afford to get it done, but enable for them to be able to stay in their own homes longer and keep up with light maintenance. That can be done. But at the same time, homeowners love to cook dinner or lunch for the volunteers that come out. And there is a lot of that social aspect as well. So it really is quite an amazing event.
Yeah. And how many places is there a number of locations like that you would get to?
I saw the news release, but I think we're looking at about 30 different locations throughout Sarnia-Lambton. And I think that's important for your viewers to know, too, that this isn't just a Sarnia event. We send volunteers out to Thetford and Forest, Petrolia, Downriver, even Elvinston. Work is being done throughout Lambton County, which I think is one of our strengths as well. We're utilizing volunteers who live remotely to help those people who may be living remotely, or some of those agencies that we fund that are headquartered outside the city of Sarnia.
Right. Yeah. And well, we always talk about transportation, and that's transportation is really something that probably most of us, even those that might take the bus somewhere, really, rurally, it can be challenging to get out and get your groceries, right?
You're absolutely right. We fund a couple of agencies, the Canadian Red Cross in Sarnia and the Lambton Elderly Outreach in rural Lambton, that provide both Meals on Wheels and transportation services. And to your point, the Lambton Elderly Outreach last year did 12,450 trips to and from medical appointments, doctor's offices, the grocery store, and so on, which works out to 645,000 kilometers.
Wow.
Not only just in Sarnia-Lambton,
What, that gas bill?
Well, and that's exactly right. So this inflation,
Yeah.
and high gas at the gas pumps, even if it has come down recently from its highs, we know that's affecting families that are struggling to keep their heads above water. We know that people who are putting more in their gas tank may have less for charitable donations.
Yeah.
But it's also having a direct impact on agencies. So you can imagine how much the budget is for gas for those transportation related charities. So that's one of our key messages this year, is to let people know that this high inflation affects all of us. And if you gave last year, please give again, knowing that costs and needs have really gone up this year over last year.
Yeah, for sure. And as a reminder to these organizations, yourself and everybody watching, gas prices are going to go back up on December 1st because the prices have come down because the government chopped a tax or two out of there to offer some relief coming out of the pandemic. So that's like going to go, who knows where that's going to go.
You're absolutely right. And gasoline's not like toilet paper or paper towels where you can stockpile from Costco or wherever it's on sale. You can't. I mean, and when the need arises, if somebody has to get to a doctor's appointment or to London for dialysis treatments or cancer treatments, it has to be done.
That's right. That's right. Well, and thanks to United Way, many of those services are assisted and exist because of support from United Way. What about now coming into the winter? So Day of Caring tomorrow, and then beyond that, which, by the way, I want to point out, the volunteers that do that, these are folks, they take the day off work. They look ahead and plan this date, and they're taking time off work to go and help out. This isn't just volunteers who are already retired or something, right? So I mean that says a lot of the importance of that event.
Absolutely. And it also shows volunteers where their money is being used in Sarnia-Lambton.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of the agencies, not all the clients are from United Way funded agencies. For profit in the community that help. So certainly volunteers are then able to see that there is needs in our community, and they like to know that in addition to their contributions, that they're spending their time and they're doing some good work there. So, but it's more than one day. There's a number of jobs that need to be done that take longer than a day.
Right.
And I know for a fact that there's a number of volunteers who go back on Saturdays or go back after work to finish up a job. Yourself as a homeowner, once you get started on one job, we think it's a little job, ends up
Right.
being a lot bigger job. So it's fantastic that we've got volunteers that are coming back again without the fanfare, without the pat on the back, just doing good for people who are in need.
Yeah. Now coming into, dare I say, the winter time. I mean, when the sting starts, for me, that's pretty much the official start of winter. So we're a few weeks away from that. But plans for the wintertime season for United Way? Any special events coming up?
No, we're gonna not immediately. There may be some third-party events that we might run with some local businesses.
Right.
Certainly and I don't know if this has been announced yet or not, but Top Shelf Canada, makers of the very popular Front Street Heat. They've got now Fire and now Inferno. That was supposed to be a summer-only event whereby United Way gets $1 donated from every bottle sold. They've actually expanded that now to the end of the year. So if you didn't get a chance to run out and get your hot sauce from Top Shelf Canada, from any participating dealer, a lot of local bars and restaurants. You still got a few more months to get out there. And now that's something, unlike gasoline, you can stockpile. So I recommend people to pick up a couple of bottles when they're out and just keep it on hand.
I've seen a few people locally attempt that Inferno thing. That's not me. I don't understand putting yourself through that, but it's popular for sure. And I know, and what a great way for another local business to give back into the community to offer that up to United Way.
Absolutely. You know, the folks at Top Shelf Canada, Joshua Lyons and Dina Melanson have been fantastic to work with. They're great community ambassadors. You know, they promote Sarnia-Lambton as much as they promote their hot sauce. So it's great to have them involved. And I know promoting local is one of your key values as well. So that's good. We've got a lot of letters going out still in the mail.
Yeah.
In fact, our direct mail is doing very well. We're also seeing a direct correlation with our social media awareness and donations online. So primarily in the next month or so, we're going to be focusing on the employee campaigns, not only in industry, but with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans and Canada Customs and banks, liquor stores. In fact, the LCBO campaign, the point of sale, which is an annual event, is on right now. And that's when people are asked to donate $2 or $5 at the till. Sarnia-Lambton, as you know, is very giving. Last year generated over $30,000 for us. So,
wow.
You know, you may think, $2 or $5 every time I'm at the liquor store for the next 3 or 4 weeks doesn't add up. Boy, it sure does add up. And when you're looking at a campaign need target of $1.65 million, that 30% represent $30,000 represents almost 2% of the whole campaign. Huge. So it is huge.
Yeah, very good. Dave, thanks so much always for, we still got to get together, by the way. I'm sorry we haven't done that yet.
We will. And I'll hold you to it.
I know you will. And we always have a good chat when we do that. Thanks so much for joining here today. Thanks to you and your team that you have that puts this all together. Is there anything we missed? Last chance to throw something out there?
I don't think so. I think you covered everything, David. Just, it's a pleasure for me to join you on the show, and I look forward to it every month.
Thanks. Dave Brown, Executive Director, United Way Sarnia-Lambton. You can go to their website. There it is on the screen, and we'll post that after the show as well. Thanks again, Dave.
Thank you.
My friend Dave Brown. Thank you, Dave. Looking forward to getting together when I get back from vacation. United Way of Sarnia-Lambton, an important part of our community, and that's why we like to have them here once a month to discuss and share what's happening, how you can support them, and we like the importance of letting you know that all the dollars stay local here in Lambton County, and you can get involved with them, support them by checking them out on their website. Of course, let's see, can we show that one more time? Yeah, there it is, unitedway.on.ca, or just stop in and see them at their office. Dave Brown, always a pleasure. Thanks for the update. And that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here in the shoe. Bye for now.